O'clock news on the street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley responds to Trinidad is falling apart statement. Special reserved officers to get outstanding monies. 1 killed, 3 injured in drive-by shooting in Moruga. And internationally, Shanghai begins its biggest COVID lockdown in 2 years. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has responded to controversial statements made by Guyana Vice President Barrett Jagdeo, who earlier this week said Trinidad and Tobago is falling apart. At a media conference at the Diplomatic Center, St. Anne's on Saturday, Dr. Rowley said he is not distracted by Jagdeo's comments. Dr. Rowley said a lot of people comment about Trinidad and Tobago, some favorably and some not. He will not be distracted by that. Dr. Rowley was also asked by reporters to clarify his statements in Parliament earlier this week, in which he asked Naparima MP Rodney Charles why he doesn't go to Guyana to live. To that, the Prime Minister admitted that he did lose his cool at that moment. In other news, close to 400 Special Reserve Police officers will soon receive their outstanding cost of living and meal allowances amounting to $8 million. National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines was responding to a question posed by Naparima MP Rodney Charles in the House of Representatives on Friday. Charles asked when would the officers receive these allowances, which had been budgeted in 2020 but not paid out yet. Hines said the issue which delayed the resolution on this matter was the determination of the Commissioner of Police to amend the terms and conditions of employment for Special Reserve Police officers. Since this authority was not found in contemporary records, however, after thorough research, reference to such authority was recently traced back to a decision of Cabinet in 1977, 45 years ago. Accordingly, Mr. Hines said the required funding will be released to the TTPS within the next month. 1 man was shot dead and 3 others injured following a drive-by shooting at Saunders Trace, St. Mary's Village, Moruga on Saturday. Carlin Roberts, 44, was outside making a cook when a black car drove up and shot him in the head. He died on the spot. He was a father of 7. The incident occurred around 3 p.m. Roberts, who was a certified Mason, was described as a nice person who was quiet and easygoing. He would have celebrated his 45th birthday on April 28th. Meanwhile, residents of the community are calling for the recommissioning of the Moruga police post, which have been closed to the public for the past 14 months. Internationally, China began its most extensive coronavirus lockdown in 2 years Monday to conduct mass testing and control a growing outbreak in Shanghai, as questions are raised about the economic toll of the nation's zero-COVID strategy. Shanghai, China's financial capital and largest city with 26 million people, had managed its smaller previous outbreaks with limited lockdowns of housing compounds and workplaces where the virus was spreading. But the citywide lockdown that will be conducted in 2 phases will be China's most extensive since the central city of Wuhan, where the virus was first detected in late 2019, confined its 11 million people to their homes for 76 days in early 2020. Millions have been kept in lockdown since then. Shanghai's Pudong financial district and nearby areas will be locked down from Monday to Friday as mass testing gets underway, the local government said. In the second phase of the lockdown, the vast downtown area west of the Hangpu River that divides the city will start its own 5-day lockdown from Friday. Residents will be required to stay home and deliveries will be left at checkpoints to ensure there is no contact with the outside world. Offices and all businesses not considered essential will be closed and public transport suspended. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. Recapping the headlines, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley responds to Trinidad is falling apart statement. Special reserved officers to get outstanding monies. 1 killed, 3 injured in drive-by shooting in Moruga. And internationally, Shanghai to begin its biggest COVID lockdown in 2 years. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas.